So people were upset that I had a bit of an issue with this video. I don't necessarily mind the guy who made it. Whatever, he does like a lot of shock humor. That's fine. But it's one of those KAM versus Raw narratives, if you know what I mean. So kill all men versus like assault all women, basically. You know, we don't need to use the R word. So let's play it, and then I'll explain to you like what my issue with it is. Yeah, I'll explain my issue with this video. This way you guys understand where I was coming from here. Pee pee poo poo check.
You say kill all men, and then you say all doesn't mean.
Shut up. Blah 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 blah. Here we go.
If you're
Just play the video, man. You gotta name me all.
If you're a girl and you say kill all men, and then you say all doesn't mean all, then no doesn't mean no. And don't worry, I'm fine with that. If you're a girl and you...
Oh, I didn't even watch the last part. I was like, oh, this is a bad take. I don't care about the last part. The last part of it's like completely irrelevant to me. Like people were like, Papa, it's a joke. I'm like, I know it's a joke, but it's like a social statement joke. So that's like, that was the point of the, like, I don't care. The last part of it's irrelevant to me, whether it's in joke format or not. So like, here's the thing I have with this, because I'm somebody who really talks about like being I don't like the kill all men narrative. I think it's like this idea of the oppressor, but I am always generally very careful, or try to be careful about specifically saying that like we're not victims, but like you're trying to make us victims, and like you hide behind the fact that since we're not victims, we're not allowed to get upset by it. So that's why I hate the kill all men narrative. It's bullshit. People always say, well, the equivalent to kill all men is like Raw, right? The assault all women thing. It's not, and I'm going to explain to you why. First and foremost, the literal equivalent of it would be to kill all women. No, is that would be the literal equivalent? Why? So the idea of going from kill to assault it's ridiculous. It's taking it up a notch. People say, well, yeah, but like one is you're not living anymore, the other one is assault. But dude, you know. The thing is, like, you know, you're not saying it as like to be a little lighthearted about it. You're saying it to pick it up a notch, because the thing is that kill all men from an emotional perspective has zero impact on men. It has some impact, but it has no real impact on men. Men don't get like, they get annoyed by it. It's like, oh, dude, you're being gross. But like, it doesn't hit them in their core. Saying, you know, Raw, assaulting all women, that has like a heavy emotional impact, and you guys know that. And so when you're saying that, you're intentionally trying to take it up a notch, and be like very like, you know, you're trying to be very emotionally provocative towards women, because you know women have an issue with actually being assaulted, and that's why like that's not the response, man. That doesn't help. There's nothing positive about doing that. You know, that's the thing. Like, you know what you're doing. You know when you take it up to that level that you're trying to invoke this serious response, dude. And that's why I find it yucky. So like, yeah, to clarify, kill all men is a gross narrative, but you know that like the assaulting all women narrative, like that response is intended to be antagonistic, and you know that from an emotional perspective, it hits women harder. Kill all men narrative. So they're both dumb. We shouldn't use either of them. But it's like the difference between saying the N-word to a black person and then calling a white person a cracker. I mean, although the word cracker is literally stupid because the foundation of it doesn't even support any kind of marginalization. But you understand my point, right? They're both bad, shitty terms. But Raw is worse. Just so you know. Okay? That's the whole thing.
I want Papa God to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face,